Albert Einstein, conceived Walk 14, 1879, Ulm, Württemberg, Germany, kicked the bucket April 18, 1955, Princeton, New Jersey, U.S., German-conceived physicist who fostered the extraordinary and general speculations of relativity and won the Nobel Prize for Material Science in 1921 for his clarification of the photoelectric impact. Einstein is by and large thought to be the most persuasive physicist of the 20th 100 years. Einstein's folks were mainstream, working-class Jews. His dad, Hermann Einstein, was initially a featherbed sales rep and later ran an electrochemical manufacturing plant with moderate achievement. His mom, the previous Pauline Koch, ran the family. He had one sister, Maria, who went by the name Maja, conceived 2 years after Albert. Einstein would compose that two ponders profoundly impacted his initial years. The first was his experience with a compass at age 5. He was bewildered that undetectable powers could divert the needle. This would prompt a long-lasting interest with imperceptible powers. The subsequent marvel came at age 12 when he found a book of math, which he ate up, referring to it as his hallowed little calculation book. Einstein turned out to be profoundly strict at age 12, in any event, forming a few tunes in recognition of God and reciting strict melodies while heading to school. This started to change, in any case, after he read science books that went against his strict convictions. This test to laid out power had a profound and enduring effect. At the Luitpold exercise room, Einstein frequently felt awkward and defrauded by a Prussian-style schooling system that appeared to smother innovation and innovativeness. One instructor even let him know that he could never add up to anything. One more significant impact on Einstein was a youthful clinical understudy, Max Writing, later Max Talmy, who frequently ate at the Einstein home. Writing turned into a casual coach, acquainting Einstein with higher math and reasoning. A significant defining moment happened when Einstein was 16 years of age. Writing had before acquainted him with a kids' science series by Aaron Bernstein, Naturwissenschaftliche Volksbücher, 1867-68, famous books on actual science, in which the writer envisioned writing close by. Power that was going inside a message wire. Einstein then, at that point, posed himself the inquiry that could overwhelm his reasoning for the following 10 years: what might a light radiate resemble on the off chance that you could run close by it? In the event that light were a wave, the light bar ought to seem fixed, similar to a frozen wave. Indeed, even as a kid, however, he realized that fixed light waves had never been seen. So there was a conundrum. Einstein likewise composed his first logical paper around then, The Examination of the Province of Ether in Attractive Fields. Einstein's schooling was disturbed by his dad's rehashed disappointments at business. In 1894, after his organization neglected to get a significant agreement to energize the city of Munich, Hermann Einstein moved to Milan to work with a family member. Einstein was left at a boarding house in Munich and expected to complete his schooling. Alone, hopeless, and repulsed by the approaching possibility of military obligation when he turned 16, Einstein took off a half year after the fact and arrived on the doorstep of his shocked guardians. His folks understood the colossal issues that he looked as a school dropout and draft dodger with no employable abilities. His possibilities didn't look encouraging. Luckily, Einstein could apply straightforwardly to the Genossische Polytechnische Schule, Swiss government polytechnic school, in 1911. Following extension in 1909 to full college status, it was renamed the Genossische Technische Hochschule, or Swiss Bureaucratic Establishment of Innovation, in Zurich, without what might be compared to a secondary school certificate in the event that he passed its firm placement tests. His imprints showed that he succeeded in arithmetic and material science, however he fizzled at French, science, and science. Due to his excellent number-related scores, he was permitted into the Polytechnic relying on the prerequisite that he first complete his conventional tutoring. He went to a unique secondary school run by Jost Windler in Aarau, Switzerland, and graduated in 1896. He additionally denied his German citizenship around then. He was stateless until 1901, when he was allowed Swiss citizenship. He became long-lasting companions with the Windler family, with whom he had been boarding. Windler's little girl, Marie, was Einstein's most memorable love. Einstein's sister, Maja, would ultimately wed Windler's child Paul, and his dear companion Michelle Besso would wed their oldest girl, Anna. Einstein would review that his years in Zurich were the absolute most joyful long periods of his life. He met numerous understudies who might become faithful companions, like Marcel Grossmann, a mathematician, and Besso, with whom he delighted in extensive discussions about existence. He likewise met his future spouse, Mileva Marić, an individual physical science understudy from Serbia. After graduation in 1900, Einstein confronted perhaps of the best emergency in his life. Since he concentrated on cutting-edge subjects all alone, he frequently cut classes. This procured him the enmity of certain teachers, particularly Heinrich Weber. Tragically, Einstein requested Weber for a letter from proposal. Einstein was accordingly turned down for each scholastic place that he applied to. He later composed. In the meantime, Einstein's relationship with Marić developed, however his folks fervently went against the relationship. His mom particularly had a problem with her Serbian foundation. Marić's family was Eastern Universal Christian. Einstein resisted his folks, notwithstanding, and in January 1902 he and Marić even had a youngster, Liesl, whose destiny is obscure. It is normally felt that she passed on from red fever or was surrendered for reception. In 1902 Einstein arrived at maybe the absolute bottom in his life. He was unable to wed Marić and support a family without a task, and his dad's business failed. Frantic and jobless, Einstein took modest positions mentoring kids, yet he was terminated from even these positions. The defining moment came sometime thereafter, when the dad of his long-lasting companion Marcel Grossman had the option to suggest him for a situation as a representative in the Swiss Patent Office at Bern. About then, at that point, Einstein's dad turned out to be genuinely sick and, not long before he kicked the bucket, gave his approval for his child to wed Marić. For quite a long time, Einstein would encounter colossal misery recalling that his dad had passed on, thinking him a disappointment.